Okay, so let's take a look at other comments. There's definitely questions about exchanges and exchange listings.
Sure.
Um, do you have any comments on, future
Oh yeah,
exchange
yeah, yeah,
listings
yeah.
for?
So what we had to think about what is the exchange strategy, and so if we had all the time in the world, we would have built like the most beautiful, elegant architecture, and everything would just be amazing and great. But we released Shelley as like the minimum viable product just to get liquidity, and part of that release strategy was say let's keep the exchange set a little smaller. And let's have a very intimate relationship with the exchanges, meaning we have a 24/7 support desk. They have a dedicated email address they can send it to, and we say within 30 minutes we'll respond. They
Mm,
send us logs on how they're using these things and so forth. And what that does is it gives us a lot of business requirements and kind of a sense of what we didn't do well with the exchange side of the integration. So we learned a hell of a lot, and
mm-hmm.
stuff broke, because they're using wallets in ways that normal everyday people don't use them. And sometimes it broke during Christmas, and sometimes it broke during New Year's, which was frustrating because people decided that we decided that our engineers shouldn't get Christmas off and New Year's off, but we fixed it. And now we're exiting the learning phase, and we're doing a pretty big rewrite of a few parts of our architecture, particularly for the use of exchanges. So this will not
Okay.
impact the end user. This is just going to be the exchange stuff. And once that's done, which we anticipate is early February, then the next wave of exchanges will be brought online. And we'll try to get as many as possible. And the goal would be that it's pretty like batteries included, where here's your integration manual, just take it. But the difference between the new guys and the old guys is that the new guys won't get that 24/7 support. And the new
Right.
guys won't get that 30 minutes or less, or else your pizza's free style like relationship with us. They'll be able to list, but it's like IOHK will help them, but it's not necessarily going to help them in a matter of hours. Maybe it'll take a few days or something like that. But our
It,
hope is that we'll get to the point where everything is just rock solid, because these are different user groups, right?
yeah.
Exchanges and consumers have totally different ways of how they handle key management, how they handle how many transactions that you need to handle, and so forth. And we built version one of Cardano to really be consumer friendly. We wanted to have
Right.
HTML by design, all these things. So we didn't think about batch processing or a lot of the stuff, which if you're an exchange guy, it's like your bread and butter, right?
Mm.
So that'll all be done by early February. We're almost done with it. It's been a lot of work, and we had to read a lot of logs, man. And exchange logs are not simple. They're like they don't come
It sounds
necessarily with
insane. I mean,
instructions.
people like there's so many people getting into exchanges right now. They expect like instant withdrawals just like that, or otherwise, like we're kind of used to it too. Like I kind of expect withdrawals to be done within an hour. And
Right,
that's my kind of limits. But sometimes they take days, right? And
right,
technically, there's a lot going on. Technically some things might fuck up in the back end, and
right. It also
it's
depends on the segregation policy of the exchange. For example, we can have the fastest network in the world, but if the bulk of your money lives in cold storage and someone physically has to
yeah,
move it from cold to hot,
correct.
then that by definition is not our problem. It's an
No.
exchange issue and so forth.
But
So
technically,
we,
it's safer. I've been talking
yeah,
to Cash about this. That they're talking about just having cold storage, and people don't like it because they have to physically move that. And
right. Right. So
well,
anyway, it'll get better, and more liquidity will come, and but we have a major Asian exchange, it's Binance. We have a major American exchange, Bittrex. So I think that covers the market somewhat well. But I'd love to get on Bitstamp, and I'd love to get on Bitfinex and the rest. And I
mm,
suspect over time, because of our market position and the trading volume, that if anything, greed will compel them to go down to the dark side and list data. But I
the
honestly
dark
believe
side or
that
the light side.
if you ask the EOS guys, so anyway,
It's okay. EOS is still a token right now, so it's alright.
yeah, right. Our network's terrible, but you're using the system your boss criticized 3 years ago. Yeah, how's that ERC20 working for you? Um, don't get me started. Sorry.
All right. Well, let's avoid that topic before we go into a
Right.
30-minute rant about that. That's